What's up everyone, this is Ken here from Property Stories. So today's topic, let's talk about how to get the lowest rates for your housing loan. I'm sure all of you want to know what are the secrets to get the lowest rates for housing loan, and this is what we're going to discuss today. So, well, the first thing that you should do is to ask multiple banks. Okay, you can tune in off now, the video is over, that's the secret. Yep, ask multiple banks, it's as simple as that. Okay, but Kenny, I got no time to ask so many banks. You just ask the agent to find for you the lowest rate. That's it. Or if you know any mortgage brokers, just get the broker, tell the broker, hey, I'm just going for the lowest rate. Tell me what's the rate now and what's the lowest I can get for this property that I'm buying. That's it. So if you deal with a banker, then you can ask the banker, what's the lowest rate your bank can give? Okay? And to quote you, usually the bank will ask these four things. Number one is whether you're buying under construction or sub-sales. Number two is the property price. Number three is the loan amount that you want, or percentage. Let's just say you want 70% of the purchase price, 90% of the purchase price. You just tell the banker what's the loan amount roughly. And then number four is that have you placed a booking or not? Or you just want to check the loan. So these are the four questions that usually they'll ask. Then just quote you a rate over WhatsApp or over the phone will do. And when they mention this rate, right, usually this rate will come with like cross-sells such as MRTA and credit cards. You just ask them. So this rate, right, is I take MRTA, so this rate, minimum MRTA. So what's the minimum like? Just ask them what's the minimum like. I'm sure all of you out there were looking to weigh the benefits of buying an MRTA, or outside there buying a life insurance to actually complement your coverage. Okay, so you can ask the banker this, what's the minimum coverage like, what's the minimum premium like. Most of the time they will quote you something like a estimate. The reason you ask multiple banks, after you ask, right, you will notice that roughly the banks, the rates shouldn't differ that much, maybe 0.05, 0.1. okay, that's all. Okay. Even with MRTA, with credit cards, that's all. You know why? Because your bankers do not decide the price that is given to you. Okay, we don't decide the price. If we want to do business, we definitely want to do your business, do the sales, because we also get commission. The bankers also get commission. All right, agents, everybody get commission. You get the best deal, so everybody's happy. But that's impossible. Okay, every bank has their own costing. Every bank has their own way of doing things. Hence, the rate, to be competitive, it shouldn't be so far different, unless of course you got no choice. Okay, the place, maybe that bank got the panel, or maybe that bank only can get the value and you got no choice, you have to go to that bank also. Then you have to follow the rate. Nothing to talk about, right? So don't need to go to the bankers and just say, you can help me, you can sure can help one, I know you sure can help one, Kenny. No, I don't decide the price. Okay, this is take it or leave it. It's not Burger King here. Burger King is have it your way. This is not have it your way. You have it the bank's way. Okay, you have a choice to decide whether you want to sign or not. Okay, but remember, the bankers also have a choice to take the case and do or not. Okay, if you don't actually go there and get to demand, I pass you the case, what? So you must do as your work. No. With all due respect, the banker's work is not to do whatever case you pass to the banker. Okay, the banker's work is to get sales. We are all paid to get sales. Okay, if we go and do your case and then we don't get the sales, that means you don't sign the LO, then it's a waste of our time. Okay, we are always going to go after sales, so that we're going to go after cases that most likely we can convert to sales. That's it. You must understand this as a consumer. It's not only you got right, it's not customer is always right all the time. The customer is always right. It's a wrong mentality. Now here, you as a consumer, you choose the banks. The bankers as a salesperson also choose you. Unless it comes a day where everything is automated, then you want to apply 10 banks and then go and take 10 offer letter and go and compare, then go ahead. But until that day comes, don't forget that the bankers also choose you. Okay, the good bankers will not even entertain you. They are too busy trying to close sales. That's it. They are too busy because the offers, as I mentioned earlier, is all standard. It's either you take it or leave it. You compare, and then you compare as long as you're happy, until you're happy, then you come back and apply. Of course, I understand. It's your first house. I personally encourage you to apply 3 banks. Maximum 3 banks. No need. If 3 banks also can reject you, I think your chances of getting the loan is very slim. Okay? So 3 banks, right? Do you know that when we bankers, right, we key in the case, we can see how many banks you apply. Of course, we cannot see which bank you apply, of course. But when we see multiple banks, imagine if let's just say you have 5 banks in the application, 5 banks, 20% chance of closing this sale of this case, compared to another one, only 2 banks. Okay, 50% chance of closing this sale. Which one do you think the salesperson will go for? Okay, the salesperson like me, we have a target to hit, and we also have other things to do. But most importantly, we are paid to hit our target. So which one do you think we will go for? Of course, the no-brainer. We will go for the one with the higher chances of 50% to close, right? So the process of negotiating, getting the lowest rate sounds like a tedious task. Already you are looking for your dream home, then now you need to negotiate with so many people. Bankers, lawyers, contractors, everybody. Tedious, right? What if I tell you there's one question that you can do, you can ask yourself, that will help you to get whatever you want from today onwards. Whatever you want, you can get. And the question is this: what's in it for me? Everyone you meet actually is tuning to this radio station called the WIIFM. What's in it for me? What's in it for me? Okay? The real estate agent is selling you the house. Of course, what's in it for them is simple, it's commissions. Okay? The banker is talking to you, giving you the time, and also giving you the consultation. Of course, it's their job, and also they are earning commission from it. You, as a home buyer, look around so much, crack your head, spend your weekends, spend your time. Okay, and both for you, if you are married, you have to agree on the house. It takes a tedious time. So you want to get it done as soon as possible. And once you found your dream home, you don't want to let it go, correct? So that's what's in it for you, emotional satisfaction, and also the success of actually owning your own home. My point of this story is that to share with you that everyone has some skin in the game. Okay? Everyone has some skin in the game, and everyone is out there asking themselves what's in it for me before they even lend you a hand. So when you actually negotiate and know how these people are paid, then you will be easier to negotiate and easier to motivate them to do what you want them to do. For example, let's just say you talk to a real estate agent and say, okay, I'm looking for a house like this, like this, like this. And then you can tell the real estate agent, you have any projects like this, or you have any locations you can recommend to me like this. And one more sentence you can add, if you like the agent, you like the service, you like the experience of the agents, then you can tell the agent, I'm only going to stick with you. So you're moving maybe in 12 months down the road, then I will stick with you. So please find the properties that I want, meet my criteria. You let me know, and weekends we can go. Okay? This gives the assurance to the agent that you don't run away to find another agent the moment that the agent actually maybe cannot get the properties that you want. Okay? So it motivates the agent to work harder because they know the commissions is there. They at least get to feed their family. Same goes for your bankers. You can speak to the bankers, call the bankers and say, hey, this one is my first time, so I just want to know what is the rates, and I'll be trying maybe a few banks because I don't want my application to be rejected. Yes, the bankers, we as your bankers will definitely understand. There is no such thing as a guaranteed approval according to what you want. Maybe you want 90%, but we give you only 70% or 80%. How? You definitely need to apply other banks to secure the deal, because the developer or even the vendor will give you a timeline, correct? Just be upfront with it. I'm checking and shopping out around, so I'm looking for the lowest rates. Of course, everybody's looking for the lowest rate, even I myself looking for the best deal. To me, if the product is all nearly the same, the lowest the cheapest it's very easy to differentiate. Okay? So having said that, that's what you can tell your bankers. I'll be looking at a few banks, and then if I find that your offer is good, I will come back to you, okay? Oh, we are okay with that, okay? We are really okay with that. Not like once you actually send out, right, then you everyday chase, that one is worse. Everyday chase, everyday chase, suddenly approve already, keep quiet. That one is something that unfortunately most of the time it happens. It's either they everyday chase and then keep quiet, and then they sign other bank, they don't tell you because they already got one bird in hand, what? So they don't care. Or second one, they just tell you go and proceed first, later come out I compare. Later come out I compare, I compare. Yeah, no need to compare. I'm telling you first, no need to compare. The rates is like that, means it's like that. The offer is like that, means it's like that. Okay. The only thing that is variable maybe is the margin. Okay, margin. No need to compare one. The offer letter is the same, and you want to see the offer letter is all the same. The standard offer letters that you're gonna get. This train of thought, what's in it for me, right, is something that you can keep in mind, especially when you deal with everybody. And further down the road, you might deal with contractors, renovations, and then lawyers for your documentation. Well, the lawyers are preparing the same documents, everything the same. What you're looking for is the service, right? And of course, the price, whichever lawyer is giving you like a reasonable price, and then you go for it, right? Contractors are the same. What we don't know is we don't know about how the things that will affect us, right? So we have to ask, especially when it comes to things like contractors. Imagine today, you say I want a budget of this, example 10,000 only, but the thing costs like 15,000 to do. So the contractors have to cut corners, and cut corners, it may compromise your safety for the sake of just earning that business, right? The person may compromise your safety, okay? And when compromise your safety, there's nobody else you can blame except yourself. Because when things get messy like this, there's nobody else to blame, and you don't want the headache. One last thing, I've always believed in this, when you want the best, you have to pay, okay? When you want the best, you have to pay. I've seen many cases where the upfront, they got rejected in the, I think maybe few banks, and then they come to me. Then I advise them, and that is the time when you actually realize what you actually want is the house, not the loan. And you realize that the importance of a banker who has experience, or any service provider, your agents also. So some deals, I've seen deals fall apart because of the agent. Okay, when the person actually love the house, but because of the agent, don't like the agent, we actually go in back door and find another agent to buy the house. Okay, so the agent actually lose out from everything. But what I'm trying to say is that when you cut corners, be careful. Or how about a story of a lawyer? Once get a deal, he gave the best price, the lowest price to the customer. But once get the deal, right, never pick up phone. Totally, you call office, always put you on the hold and never follow up. In the end, have to call the banker, have to call the agent to help to follow up. It happens, okay? So when you pay something that is so cheap, so low, you expect the service to be like that also. Okay, you can't expect much. So I leave it up to you, because at the start, unfortunately, every one of us is a very good salesman. When we want the business, everything also yes. I admit that, okay? Every time I see contractors or agents like this, or even other bankers, everything also yes one. Everything at the start, everything you say yes, until they get the business, once you sign everything, they disappear. That is something very bad. I admit it's a weakness on our part that we need to improve also. Okay, and it's also because of this weakness, right, that we overpromise and underdeliver. Always overpromise and underdeliver. That made the consumers, such as yourself, watching this, you are wary and you are scared that we get cheated. I understand how you feel. Okay, I totally understand, especially as a person, as a consumer myself. All of us are consumers. We cannot escape one. Okay, I think it's enough already. I hope that the tips that I've shared with you, right, helps you. And remember, there's no need to actually go and compare so many, because the banks are now, the products are all homogeneous, which means that there's no much difference between one service provider to another. Before you go house hunting, you might want to know what is your DSR, right? And how to count what is DSR and how to count. You can check out this video that I did here. Alright, I'm on the screen here. I've explained about DSR, and I'll see you there in the next video. Alright? Bye bye.